BodyBags, where horror lies.
Welcome back to BodyBags. This is week number 543. This is a random week. And this week I picked The Exorcist Believer. The Exorcist Believer is a 2023 film which runs approximately 110 minutes and is written and directed by David Gordon Green. Now this stars Leslie Odom Jr. as Victor Fielding, Lydia Jewett as Angela Fielding, and Ann Dowd as Anne Brooks. Now, there are several Easter eggs to the original Exorcist because this is supposed to be a direct sequel. I'm not going to say what they are because this is still a fairly new film. So I really have to watch what I say about this. A lot of people still haven't seen it, and that is mostly due to fan backlash, and that is really a shame. Rob and I had a conversation, a couple months ago. If you're watching this now, it will be a couple months ago, and I was pretty much irritated. I like this film. That doesn't mean everyone has to, but I noticed that when I started watching other reviews when this movie came out, everybody was saying the same thing. Giving the same kind of reviews. Now, either they're plagiarizing each other or somehow magically came up with the exact same wrong information. And yes, I'm saying wrong. Two big complaints of this film, and I'll go through them real quick because so we can get to the synopsis and everything, is the fact that Chris McNeil, Reagan's mother, is in this film. It was said that her part is really short and she was wasted in the film. Not wasted as in not sober. Wasted as in they didn't hardly do anything with her character. And in my opinion, nothing could be further from the truth. Now, this is an hour and 50 minutes, 51 minutes, somewhere in there. She comes in at the 56-minute mark. That's half the film. And the events that happen in the rest of the film would not have happened had she not been in the film, or unless they had written it differently. They had wrote it differently, written it, whatever. The other common misconception of this film, and I've heard this several times, is that this film lacks the representation of Catholicism. And that is actually wrong as well. Now, Catholicism becomes a big part of this film at the 46-minute mark. And as I said before, this is an hour and 51-minute film. So you have it as a representation throughout the rest of the film. It is actually even in the beginning of the film and all along the way, just in smaller doses. Now, why is this? Well, because this is the story of two girls who get possessed. And they have to figure out what's wrong with these girls. They're not just automatically jumping to the fact that they're possessed by demons. Just like they did in the original Exorcist. They made Reagan go through a plethora of tests. And that's what they do with these girls as well. So it's realistic for me. Now, let's get to the synopsis. I've complained enough. Let's talk about the synopsis. This film takes place in Haiti in the very beginning. You have a couple who is married, who have a child on the way, and he's a photographer, and she is getting blessings for her baby. Well, an accident happens there. An earthquake happens, and she is really badly injured. And he has to make a choice. And that's what this film is about. It's about choices. This film runs a lot deeper than a lot of people realize, or a lot of people think. And I think that's one of the problems with society today. If you don't spoon feed them, they don't get it. But anyway, that's just my opinion. So he has to make a choice on whether or not to save the girl or save the mom. Now it takes place 14 years later. He is a single father with a 14-year-old daughter. This is an African American family, of course. Not that that matters, but his daughter and him are very connected. They're very close, which I can identify with. Now she goes to school and she meets up with her friend, and they go into the woods because she is missing her mom and she wants to know more about her mom. So they try to figure out this way of spiritually contacting her mom. And that's when the demons take hold. Both girls are possessed. They go missing for 3 days. And when they come back, or when they're eventually found, the girls are not the same. And they're trying to figure out why. I'm going to leave the story there. There is a lot more to it, but I'm just going to leave it there. Like I said, this is a fairly new film. Um, it'll be March when you guys see this. I'm actually recording this at the turn of the year because I like to get ahead, but it is still a fairly new film, and I don't want to spoil it for anyone. Check this movie out. Make up your own mind. One of my big gripes with everyone who had this grudge against Halloween Ends seemed to have made up their mind, because David Gordon Green was directing, that this movie was going to suck as well. And that couldn't be further from the truth. First of all, I love Halloween Ends. I think it's a masterpiece. This movie is done so well. And there are so many things I want to say about this film. So many great things, but I can't because I'll give stuff away. And I don't want to do that. Check out A Exorcist Believer. Check it out for yourself. Make up your own mind. Think for yourself. Don't listen to all these people with these rants and raves that want views and stuff like that. Make up your own mind. And remember, guys, physical media matters. And until next time.